This is David John Oates, and I am home, broadcasting to you live from Adelaide, South Australia, in my nice office. Good to be home, back in familiar surroundings. I was away for 7 weeks, travelling around the United States, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So there we go. So we're back home again, and life goes on. I'm off to Uluru next week, actually next weekend with my kids and grandkids. We're going camping. Uluru, by the way, is the name of the Aboriginal name of Ayers Rock, which is a great big rock right in the middle of the outback. So you probably know the pictures well. It's one of Australia's most famous landmarks. So be going there next weekend, camping with the kids and grandkids, so that should be fun. All right, what else is news? Next training class is only 4 weeks away. We still have 1 seat left. So if you're considering taking training, better do it now. That seat could go any day now. Call me on 503-568-7077. That's 503-568-7077 if you want to pick up that last seat in this April training class. There will be a price increase in the next class. It starts in November. So this is your last opportunity to get in at this current price. All right. The show I've got planned for you for the first hour falls into the category of I only want to know the truth if it agrees with my point of view, okay? Which has been the trouble that has plagued me for all my 30 years of public life with reverse speech, is that everyone wants the truth providing it agrees with their point of view. And if their point of view is different than what reverse speech says, guess what gets thrown out? Reverse speech gets thrown out, not their point of view. And the opposite should actually be true. Reverse speech is the first real truth-telling technology that we have available. Far outshines the lie detector and gets right down to the truth and nitty-gritty. And, my attitude with reverse speech has always been I will follow what the reversals tell me. What the reverse speech has to teach me about life, our surroundings, and everything that's happened to us. Anyway, so why does this show fall into the category of only want the truth if it agrees with my point of view? It's because I'm going to do, due to popular request, reversals on the moon landings. I've had several requests for them lately. Doing a lot of radio shows with reverse speech the last 3 or 4 weeks. And most of the programs I'm doing are in the alternative conspiracy type network, and the overriding opinion in those circles is that the moon landings did not happen. They were a hoax, and so my reversals come a little bit unwelcome because they show that the moon landings did exist. So. Where shall I start? I've got so many of them here. Why don't we start with a press conference? Oh, this is a press conference afterwards. Now let's look at Neil Armstrong in, where will we go first? Okay, look, no, here we have Buzz Aldrin. And I think this is actually on the lunar surface. So we're just going to go down the road here. So let's play this one forwards.
There's electricity behind that. I'm not sure I want to stick my little finger. Here's a ballpoint pen, but that's metal. Okay. We did have a felt tip pen. It wasn't illegal, but somehow it wasn't on the list.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is obviously him talking after the moon landing. We'll get to the actual live moon landings issues there. He's talking about they had a broken booster rocket switch when they went to land off. The backpack had knocked one of the switches off, and so he's talking about how they put a felt tip pen in the socket to act as a switch. That's the full context. The reversal says LEM, L-E-M, which is Lunar Exploration Model, set them there. So here we go. LEM, set them there.
LEM, set them there.
Yeah, there we go.
LEM, set them there. LEM, set them there.
Yeah, so LEM, set them there. Okay? All right. And so the Lunar Exploration Model landed and set them on the lunar surface. All right, here's another one.
It was for a few seconds when Neil and I touched down, and there were numerous things that we needed to do, but we also needed to announce to the world that we were there, and then pause for a moment, and things were quiet.
And this one says, the word within you heard this NASA moon.
The word within you heard this NASA moon.
Huh.
The word within you heard this NASA moon.
Don't know what the reversal
The
means.
word within you heard this NASA moon.
It's a very strange reversal. All right, so here's Neil. Here's Buzz Aldrin on the lunar surface.
The blue color of my boots have completely disappeared now into this small. Still don't know exactly what color to describe this other than grayish cocoa color.
Okay, so it's describing him walking on the lunar surface and the dust, etc. And backwards he says, but there's dark, see the dust.
But there's now to the dust. But there's now to the dust. But there's now to the dust.
Okay, we call that a congruent reversal. It's giving us extra information. It's not a contradictory reversal. I see the dust. It's dark and see the dust, which is what he's saying forwards. Now here he is talking about Neil Armstrong unveiling the plaque on the LEM, the Lunar Exploration Module. So here's the forwards.
Neil is now unveiling the plaque that is.
So Neil is now unveiling the plaque, and backwards he says, off from your LEM.
Up when you live. Up when you live. Up when you live.
And that gives us extra information. The plaque was on the LEM, the Lunar Exploration Model. So Neil is unveiling the plaque, off from your LEM. It's an expansive reversal, giving us extra information, which is what you would expect to find if someone was telling the truth. You either get reversals that communicate the same message or give additional information. If they're lying, then you'll get reversals that contradict what they're saying. So let's run that one again.
Neil is now unveiling the plaque that is.
Backwards, off from your LEM.
Up when you live. Up when you live. Up when you live.
So, unveiling the plaque. Oh, I wonder what this reversal is referring to. Let's play this one.
Take that part. Go out here with him.
I can't get the fours, but backwards he says, oh, fuck it.
No, that's it. No, that's it.
Huh.
No, that's it.
Just a little bit, okay, here's Neil, here's Buzz Aldrin.
I'll have to extend that one.
This one says, open this, develop it.
Open this, develop it. Open this, develop it. Open this, develop it.
Don't know what that would mean. That's a bit of an obscure one. Here we have another one. This is Buzz Aldrin.
Right in this area, there are two craters. The one that's right in front of me now as I look off in about the 11 o'clock position from spacecraft.
And he says, yes, I know it.
Yes, I know it. Yes, I know it. Yes, I know it.
Which confirms what he's saying forwards. Yes, I know it. He's relaying real information.
Got my suit 30 at this stage.
So hang on, this is Buzz Aldrin again. Let's play the forwards again.
Got my suit 30 at this stage.
And here he says, needed this helmet.
Leader, this helmet. Leader, this helmet. Leader, this helmet.
Yeah, well, that just is logical, straightforward, doesn't it? needed this helmet. Obviously, they needed a helmet. All right, and we have Buzz Aldrin again.
Looks like the secondary strut. A little thermal effects on it right here, Neil. Yeah.
And here he says, then I step.
Then I step. Then I step. Then I step.
So once again, another reversal confirming what happened. He stepped. Okay? And here we have another one.
32 minutes past the hour. Lift up on Apollo 11.
And this one says, Apollo 11, not perfect. It sucks.
Apollo 11, not perfect. It sucks. Apollo 11, not perfect. It sucks. Apollo 11, not perfect. It sucks.
So I don't know why it wasn't perfect. They had a broken switch. That may very well be why. Okay, here's Neil Armstrong on the 20th anniversary of the moon landings.
Oh, there can be some very attractive cases made for going to Mars. Some of the various approaches to doing that in both manned and unmanned machines seem to be very persuasive to me.
Here he's talking about going to Mars, and backwards he says, we've missed Mars mission.
We've missed nation.
Huh.
We've missed nation.
They had to.
We've missed nation.
They expected to be on Mars within 20 years after being on the moon, and they weren't, were they? All right, here's Neil Armstrong. I think this is on the surface.
But as you moved further, such the sun was higher above the horizon, you actually start to see the tans and browns appear, although at a very low level. Similarly, on the surface of the moon, the same characteristic is evident.
And here he says, it was the first.
It was the first.
It was the first. It was the first.
Yeah, it was the first mission to land on the moon. And here he is again, talking about actually landing the mission.
The moon has no atmosphere, so you're flying in a vacuum, and the gravity is much lower. So the characteristics of a flying machine in that environment are very different than they are here on Earth.
And here he says, you land that mission now. Yeah, so once again, he's giving extra information. Okay? All right, here's another one.
Do you think you and your guys are ready? Is there anything that you're really concerned about that you don't think we understand well enough that we can't go on? And so I was involved in those discussions.
And he says, and I will thank you.
And I will thank you.
Huh.
And I will thank you. And I will thank you.
I don't know what he's thanking them for. All right, here's another one.
And you can't get complacent.
Oh, hang on, we'll go back to the beginning here.
Of diverting our attention away from our primary responsibilities, because problems usually occur when you least expect them.
Yes.
And you can't get complacent. You have to keep paying attention, and we were very determined.
And here he says, it helps get sealed in your work.
But you have to get sealed in your work.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to get sealed in your work.
Yeah, there it is.
But you have to get sealed in your work.
Yeah, get involved in work and everything you've got to do, and it will help you. And here we have another one.
But he banged into the circuit breaker that controlled the SN engine that got
Oh, yeah, this is about the broken switch. So here it is.
Banged into the circuit breaker that controlled the SN engine that got us back into orbit. I think that when we recognized that, we thought it probably will hold, but maybe we better see if there's a way to increase our chances of making sure the circuit breaker wouldn't automatically disengage. So we took a piece of a plastic pen, magic marker kind of pen, and made a little crutch to hold it in place with that.
And here he says, look, we'll get the solution.
No, whatever solution. No, whatever solution.
Now, once again,
No, whatever solution.
it's a congruent reversal. It's giving extra information. They'd broken off the knob, and they're going to get the solution. Here's another one about the broken knob.
Just insurance. It's not.
And here's a Ford.
Well, I really think that had we not done that, we'd still been all right. But it was just insurance. It's nice to get a little insurance now.
And here he says, we were wanting that knob.
Reality, mountain out. Reality, mountain out. Reality, mountain out.
So once again, it's another congruent reversal. It's giving us extra information. It validates the story. They broke off the knob, the switch. They got the solution. They were wanting that knob. Neil landed the mission now. They needed the helmet, obviously. They've missed Mars missions, which was disappointing. It was the first. It was the first mission to the moon. They unveiled the plaque off from the LEM. Okay. The lens set them there. All of these reversals, every single one of them are congruent. Okay? Here's another one.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
And here he says, and I need the wit.
And I need the wit.
Ha!
And I need the wit. And I need the wit.
Yeah, he better have his wits about him when he speaks to the president on the moon, on the lunar surface. Here's another one.
There seems to be no difficulty in moving around as we suspect that it's even perhaps easier than the simulations of 16G that...
Okay, so here he's talking about moving around the lunar surface, and backwards he says it helps to feel them. Yeah, feel the lunar surface, feel the dust. I don't know what it means by it helps to feel them, but it's another congruent reversal. All right, so here is the next one.
Initial trajectory upward determines where most of the authority of the particle comes down, like the terrain.
And here he says, look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah, just looking around. All right, here he is again on the lunar surface.
Neil Armstrong getting ready to move the TV camera now out to its panorama position.
And I have the insulation off the Mesa now, and Mesa seems to be in good shape.
Okay, so he's talking about moving the camera, and backwards he says, the camera find a show with me.
The camera find a show with me. The camera find a show with me. The camera find a show with me.
Yeah, another congruent reversal. Moving the camera on the lunar surface, and the camera finds a show with me, giving the show to show the people back home. And it's, once again, another congruent reversal. And here's Neil Armstrong. Now, people say to me, why don't you play the incongruent reversals on the moon landing? Well, there aren't any incongruent reversals to play. If someone's telling the truth, you're not going to get an incongruent reversal, because they're telling the truth. So the reversals all validate the stories. There's no incongruent reversals on the moon landing. They're all giving extra information about the landing itself. And that is a classic reverse speech 101 truth. Either congruent or expansive reversals. Okay, here's another one.
You've got 3 more steps and then a long one.
And here he says, and I'll remember space.
I'll remember space?
Yeah.
I'll remember space? I'll remember space?
And how could he remember space if he wasn't there? Once again, he'll remember what he did. Okay, he will remember space. And I guess his wife was a bit upset. Listen to this one.
Okay, your purse looks like it's clear and okay. They're about to come over the field.
And here he says, wife, feel the vomit.
Oh, yeah, feel the vomit.
Ha!
Oh, yeah, feel the vomit. Oh, yeah, feel the vomit.
I imagine that she was feeling rather sick seeing her husband walk on the moon. That would once again seem to be a classic reversal. Okay, here we have another one here. Here we go.
Neil, this is Houston. Based on your camera transfer with the LEC, do you foresee any difficulties in SRC transfer over?
And here he says, you'll free this delay.
Go free this delay. Go free this delay. Go free this delay.
Yeah, not too sure exactly what that means. Here we have another one.
35 degrees.
We've been descending about 2,000 meters a minute. We're now down to about below 1,000 meters in altitude.
21 down, 33 degrees.
My computer tells me that it's taking us to a landing just on the right side of that big crater up in the left-hand corner. The slopes are steep and the rocks look very large, the size of automobiles. Certainly not a place that I want to land. So I took over manually from the computer, the autopilot, and flew it like a helicopter on out to the west to try to find a smoother, more level landing spot.
And here he says, I boosted our burn in this. Oh, I boost our burn in this. And another congruent reversal. How many more congruent reversals do you guys want to convince you that the moon landings actually happened? I still got a whole bunch more to play. No mind programming, no hallucinogenic drugs, and telling the truth.
What if we already know how to prevent and to reverse every known so-called disease? What if the government is in cahoots with the allopathic system to hide this information from you to keep you weak and enslaved to their system? What if living a higher quality of life than you ever thought possible was available to you now? Well, it's true. It's easier and more cost-effective than you think, and so life-changing that your only regret will not be having done it sooner. Because you already know what the answer is. Royal Velvet Pure. You've heard Jeff talk about it. You've heard the incredible testimonies that it has scores of benefits and it works for everyone. Now you may not know this. We have partnered with Jeff to empower you, giving you an opportunity we do not give anyone else. When you buy 2 Royal Velvet Pure, we give you another one free. Want to take that first step toward freedom and positive transformation? Go to royalvelvetnow.com. Click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner or call us toll-free, 1-877-488-7423.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back? Or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077. Okay, we are back. We looking at reversals on the moon landing due to a popular request. I've had many people want to hear them. I've had quite a few emails about it. I don't know why everyone's interested in it all of a sudden. It's probably because of all the radio shows I've been doing of late. I've been playing reversal on the moon landing. President Kennedy assassination reversals have been received very well. Basically it confirms what other people think. There was a conspiracy. Go to my website, you can hear it. Incidentally, if you want to see, while we're on the subject of the moon landing, I've still got a few more reversals to play. You can actually see the photos of the landing sites. NASA's photographed the landing sites. You can see the footprints of the astronauts and the module left behind, the instruments on the ground. If you go to my website, reversespeech.com, and just search moon, it'll take you to the moon page, and you can see the photos there. And have a look for yourself. The evidence is all there and in the photographic evidence. And we did actually go to the moon. All right, here we have another one.
Because I don't accept the Bible as a gospel of anything except a historical record. But we did go to the moon. You bet your sweet ass we went to the moon.
And here he says, inevitable saga.
The inevitable saga. The inevitable saga. The inevitable saga.
Yeah, so inevitable saga, which it was. So we eventually had to go there.
Following this separation maneuver on the backside of the moon, we made a descent orbit insertion, which is slightly over 70 foot per second maneuver.
It says NASA built the vessel in a house.
Yeah,
they certainly did. All right, here's Buzz Aldrin at the press conference. I think this is following the moon landings.
This is the view out the right window. Up close to the horizon, you see a boulder field.
And this one says, worry, this is it.
Larry, this is it. Larry, this is it. Larry, this is it.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess he was, maybe he was worried. I don't know. All right, here we have another one.
Most of the craters have rounded edges. However, there is a variation in the age of these, as we can tell by the sharpness of the edge of the crater.
And here he says, this is passion I want.
Listen, crush, that was. Listen, crush, that was. Listen, crush, that was.
And yes, of course, Buzz Aldrin has been passionately on the lecture circuit for many years, talking about the moon landings. Here's another one.
We also made use of the stars through the telescope and aligning a crosshair by rotating the field of view until the crosshair superimposed on the star.
And here he says, we believe it.
We believe it. We believe it. We believe it.
Yeah, well, I guess that speaks for itself. Here we have another one.
3 to 4 steps ahead in comparison with the 1 or 2 steps that are ahead when you're walking on the Earth.
And here you say, they heard us fetch it.
They heard us fetch it.
Huh.
They heard us fetch it.
There we go.
They heard us fetch it.
Don't know what they fetch. Maybe a rock or something like that. I don't know. But once again, it's another congruent reversal. I mean, there's nothing here about being filmed in a film studio or in a Utah desert or under mine programming. And these, I mean, I'll play these reversals on Sahan afterwards. There's someone who is mine programmed. And the mine programming, the fact that he was programmed, comes out in the reversals. It will. See, reverse speech is coming from the depth. You, even if you're hypnotized or programmed or drugged to believe something different, the deep, deep unconscious mind knows the truth and it will communicate the truth. It doesn't matter reverse speech will reveal the truth. You cannot manipulate its findings. You can't. In the 30 years I've been doing it, I've been tried. You can't do it. All right, here's another one.
The two experiments that you saw in the previous picture were deployed in a scientific equipment bay. We found that getting them down produced no significant problems.
And this one says, see the fun?
See the fun.
Huh.
See the fun. See the fun.
Yeah, well, he had fun doing it. You know, it speaks for itself. See the fun. All right. Here we have an interesting one.
We went through an averaging technique on board and then fed this information into the computer, and this came up with our various alignment checks.
And he says, I will serve rudder from Nixon.
And now let's hear rudder from Nixon.
Huh.
And now let's hear rudder from Nixon. And now let's hear rudder from Nixon.
In other words, you know, he'll follow what Nixon tells him to do, okay? All right, here's another one.
Here you see a view of my carrying these two experiments out to the deployment site about 70 feet to the south of the lunar module. You have a very good view of the varying depths of this upper surface layer.
Here he says, we're dominant.
Who's dominant? Who's dominant? Who's dominant?
Yeah, we're dominant on the moon, I guess. All right, here's another one.
Of course, the Apollo 12 mission will have two different periods of EVA, one early in the mission and then a sleep period, and then another EVA following that.
This one says, yeah, we were running in the dirt.
Yeah, EVA running in the dirt.
I mean, yay, we were running in the dirt.
Yeah, EVA running in the dirt. Yeah, EVA running in the dirt.
Once again, another congruent reversal. I mean, I don't know how many congruent reversals you want to realize that these astronauts are telling a true story. All right, here's the next one.
I don't think we have any particular recommendations for how they should change their mission. It is a continuing evolvement of EVA capability and scientific exploration that they're undertaking on that flight.
And anyone says, benefit NASA and hear the love with Dick, presumably Richard Nixon. Benefit NASA and hear the love with Dick.
Benefit NASA and hear the love with Dick. Benefit NASA and hear the love with Dick. Benefit NASA and hear the love with Dick.
Yeah, you know, well, obviously the moon landing did benefit NASA, and Richard Nixon was quite happy. All right, here's where they thought they were going to next.
The moon takes on more of a brown color, it becomes almost a rosy-looking place, a fairly friendly place.
And here he says, to Mars, making it.
To Mars, making it. To Mars, making it. To Mars, making it.
Yeah, everyone believed back then Mars was the next place they were going to. But of course, as it happens, they didn't go to Mars at all. All right, here's Neil Armstrong. This is on the press conference following the moon landing.
In the bottom right of the photograph is the crater Maskelyne, and in the bottom center is the mountain called Boot Hill.
And here he says, I did walk.
I did walk. I did walk. I did walk.
I mean, you know, that's pretty straightforward. These are all straightforward reversals. I did walk. I walked on the moon. I mean, what? They're all congruent. There's just not a single incongruent reversal among them. Here's another one.
And there's Maskelyne W. It occurred approximately 2 to 3 seconds late and gave us the clue that we would probably land somewhat long.
And here he says, it's so big.
It's so big.
Huh.
It's so big. It's so big.
Talking about the rocks, I guess, on the lunar surface. Earlier on, he said they were like the size of automobiles. Hey, if you want to call in and talk to me about this, the call-in number is 844-769-2944. That's toll-free in the United States, 844-769-2944. And we are looking at the reversals on the moon landing. All right, here's the next one.
In that it degraded our ability to determine not only our altitude and altitude rate in the final phases, but also, and probably more importantly, our translational velocities over the ground. It's quite important not to stub your toe during the final phases of touchdown.
And this one says, this is it, why offer nerve?
This is it, why offer nerve?
This is it, why offer nerve? This is it, why offer nerve?
In other words, you know, this is it, we're on the moon, don't get nervous. Why offer nerve, okay? So, and here we have, this is Neil Armstrong again.
Right hand.
Oops, sorry. Okay, here we go, we'll start it now.
The probe in this picture was folded over and sticks up through the sand in the bottom right-hand corner.
And this one says, and they salute Buzz Getz.
The NASA Buzz Getz.
The NASA Buzz Getz. The NASA Buzz Getz.
I guess he's talking about the flag, isn't he? Let's run it forwards again.
Probe in this picture was folded over and sticks up through the sand in the bottom right-hand.
I don't know what they're saluting for and what did Buzz get. I'm not too sure, but anyway. All right, so we're just going to keep on going here. All right, here we have another one.
A double picture. It's actually a stereo picture of fine particulate material in the moon. This is taken from a glass, and the analysis of the cause for that characteristic is of extreme interest to the scientific community.
And this one says, give us circuits to crack that off.
Give us it, get circuit, that roll.
Huh.
Give us it, get circuit, that roll.
I don't know what that means.
Give us it, get circuit, that roll.
Something about the mission, the only thing I can think of. Don't know what that would mean. Oh, here's an interesting reversal. Oh, this is a bit of a conspiracy one for the conspiracy buffs out there.
However, in the left side of the picture where it is not as dark, there was also a good bit of walking, and so that indicates that the walking probably just increases your ability to notice the effects of the strange lighting.
This one says, was a weapon.
Was a weapon.
Wow.
Was a weapon. Was a weapon.
Don't know how to interpret that one here. All right, here we have another strange one.
Excellent view of our takeoff trajectory and Tranquility Base as we left, and at all times through the ascent we could pick up landmarks.
All right, here's a strange one. Okay, I don't know what this one means. Fail, you're so sad.
Fail, you're so sad.
Fail, you're so sad. Fail, you're so sad.
All right, we have a caller on the line, Richard in Pennsylvania. Richard, you're on the air.
Okay, I just wanted to share with you that Buzz Aldrin was challenged by a guy by the name of Bart Sibrel, or Sibrel, S-I-B-R-E-L.
Okay.
And it's on YouTube. You could check it out. He punched the guy out. He knocked him down.
That. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, some guy literally walked up to Buzz Aldrin, and the idiot challenged him, and Buzz Aldrin just smashed him in the face and knocked him down. I think that's great.
I think it is too, actually.
And then there's another one. There's one more here on YouTube you can check out. He walked on the moon, Buzz Aldrin, and then he claimed $33.31 for travel expenses.
Oh, did he really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so this is a great man. I think that President Trump should have a Buzz Aldrin Day.
I think you're right. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yes, yeah. Monumentous
Absolutely.
thing they did. Yeah, monumentous thing they did, indeed.
And
go ahead.
And if he can do your reversals, although we don't know if he would do that, but he likely is the only president that could and would, and prove to everybody and run everything that you're doing now through the White House. Right. That would be great. With Buzz Aldrin there.
Yeah, no, I do remember seeing that video. I thought it was hilarious myself. Probably I'd do the same thing, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. Well, I'm listening. Thanks for the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Richard. I appreciate the call. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, all the best. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Richard in Pennsylvania. Okay, so, all right. So, we just played the reversal Fail, You're So Sad. I don't know. Maybe there was a secret mission. Maybe they had to do something. We got Was a Weapon, Fail, You're So Sad. I'm not too sure. All right, here we have another one here.
We have very little time for meditation, it turns out. We're quite busy throughout the time period with the same sorts of things that the crews of past flights have done after their flight.
And this one says, feel their master powers.
Feel their master powers.
Huh.
Feel their master powers.
Don't know what that would mean.
Feel their master powers.
No, don't know how to interpret that one. Here's another one referencing NASA.
Yes, we were concerned about running low on fuel, and the range extension that we did to avoid the boulder field and craters, we used up a significant percentage of our fuel margins, and we were quite close to our legal limit.
And this one says, we promised to NASA they defend this. Us. Is that they defend this or they defend us? We promised to NASA they defend us or this? I think it's this. Yeah, well, they just defended the mission, you know. They looked after them, so. All right, what else we got here? Here we go. Next one.
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics.
And it says skip by the Eagle. Of course, that was the name of the module. Houston, the Eagle has landed. Here's reversal. Skip by the Eagle.
Skip by either Eagle.
Skip by either Eagle. Skip by either Eagle.
I guess they did skip by the Eagle. You classified the way they walked on the moon as skipping, didn't it? Okay. All right, here's another strange one.
Lunar landing training facilities and trainers that we have will do that job sufficiently well. Above that, I think it's just a matter of pilot experience.
And here it says, oh, I know what it means. That evil, they healed it.
That evil, they healed it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That evil, they healed it. That evil, they healed it.
Oh, it was talking about their training missions, and there was one very famous one where Neil Armstrong had to eject from his module because it was crashing, and the evil problems that they had to resolve, and they fixed the problem. Here we have Neil Armstrong again. Let's run this one forwards.
Efficiently fast.
Sorry, we'll go back to the beginning.
Took the opportunity to try to take some photographs of it, but our film was just not sufficiently fast to capture the event.
And this one says, build the ships.
Build the ships.
Wow.
Build the ships. Build the ships.
Oh, does he know something that we don't know? What ships were they building? Here's another one on Neil Armstrong.
However, this does show the brightest part of the solar corona. It extends several moon diameters in addition on each side, roughly parallel to that light.
And this one says, my vessel's next.
More says next.
More says next. More says next.
Yeah, okay, all right. Here's one on Collins, who didn't actually land on the moon. He was in the module orbiting the moon. So his reversal is very appropriate. So here it is, the forwards.
The LEM, I had an easy time because I had a docking target, which is not too clearly visible here, which allowed me to align the probe and the drogue, which is the dark spot you see on the upper right.
And here he says, involved in that walk.
Involved in that walk.
Which he was.
Involved in that walk.
He didn't.
Involved in that walk.
Very appropriate reversal because he didn't actually walk. It was only Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. Collins was up in the module orbiting the moon. So, involved in that walk. Very appropriate reversal. He was involved in it. Very integral part of being his involvement was, but he didn't actually walk. So the reversals is once again quite appropriate. Okay, here's another one.
During this time, I also checked out the proper vehicle response to my stick inputs, and here shortly you'll see the actual docking somewhat speeded up.
Here he says, stealth may get some of it.
Stealth may get some of it.
Huh.
Stealth may get some of it.
Huh.
Stealth may get some of it.
I really don't know what that would mean. Here we have an interesting reversal, talking about flying through the Van Allen's belt. Conspiracy theorists say that man can't survive the radiation in the belt. Well, obviously man can survive because we went through it. Delicate photographic instruments have survived on their way to Mars and other planets. So, here's the astronauts talking about they could actually see the radiation as little flashes.
Now, what that all meant, I don't know, but it wasn't the kind of radiation that gave us a problem of any kind. But you could see it. You could close your eyes and you could see these things shoot by. We all saw it.
And backwards he says, you see this.
You see this?
You see this? You see this?
So once again, another congruent reversal. As they flew through the Van Allen belt, they saw the radiation flashes, and they see this. Let me play a very well-known reversal on the lunar landing, and this is the very first reversal I ever found in normal human speech, and it's been misinterpreted so many times. So let me just play it. Here's the forwards.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And backwards, it's man will spacewalk.
Man will spacewalk. Man will spacewalk. Man will spacewalk.
Well, those who don't believe in the lunar landing say, he will spacewalk. So that means they didn't spacewalk this time. It's something in the future. Well, just because I say to you, I will eat dinner tonight, doesn't mean I didn't eat dinner last night. And also, it's more of it's a far more enveloping statement. We will walk into space. Man will walk in space. That is our destiny. And is how I see the reversal. It's a great reversal of triumph and hope. Our destiny is to walk into the stars. And as I played earlier, the astronauts, all of them, believed that we were going to Mars next. That was next on the agenda. And let me just replay that reversal again about Mars, where they thought they were going to go to Mars. Where is that one? Where's the Mars? There's actually two Mars reversals. There's one here where they thought they were going to go to Mars next. Here we go. So here is the forwards.
The moon takes on more of a brown color, almost a it becomes almost a rosy-looking place, a fairly friendly place.
Here he says, to Mars making it.
To Mars making it.
To Mars making it. To Mars making it.
Yeah, so there we go. They believe they are off to Mars next. All right, folks, we'll be back right after this break. Stay tuned. Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back, or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Known worldwide as the most consistently fascinating, informative, and unique program on radio, the Jeff Rense program can be yours to listen to anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to hear it. For pennies a day, our subscribers can download any of Jeff's thousands of programs featuring a treasury of newsmakers, researchers, eyewitnesses, and incredible subjects, all in MP3 commercial-free, crystal-clear 56-bit digital sound, and take these often unforgettable programs with them wherever they go. As a subscriber, you can also listen live at airtime, online, anywhere in the world, or browse through our archives of over 6,000 hours of legendary broadcasts. Subscribe now by taking the link at the top of Rense.com and enrich your mind with the most unique panorama of vital information and the best independent, honest journalism in radio. Look for the Subscribe Now link on Rense.com and give yourself the knowledge you need for these unprecedented times. You're listening to the Rense Radio Network, nationwide and worldwide on the net and at Rense.com.
Oxygen. It's nature's oldest therapy and plays an essential role in destroying viruses, bacteria, mold, yeast, and fungus, and keeping the human body healthy and strong. Now, you can give your body and your immune system a mega boost of disease-fighting oxygen with all-natural Oxy-C. With so many people now leading a sedentary indoor lifestyle, most are in a chronic state of oxygen deprivation, which sets up a perfect environment for disease, general fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. Oxy-C is yours in simple, convenient capsules. Nothing to mix, nothing to hassle with. Take it with juice or water anytime. Feel a cold or flu approaching? Have no energy or spark anymore? Try all-natural Oxy-C and prepare to be amazed. Oxy-C is only available from New Earth Health Solutions at Rense.com. Look for the New Earth banner at Rense.com.
Are you prepared for the future? Do you know how to navigate past the upcoming dangers before it's too late and seize budding opportunities before others do? Forecasting worldwide since 1980, Gerald Salenti, publisher of the Trends Journal, provides timely and accurate trend forecasts that have earned him the reputation as the most trusted name in trends. The proof is in the hundreds of accurate forecasts Salenti has made over the past 30 years. The 1987 stock market crash, the clean food trend, the dot-com bust. The Trends Journal alerts subscribers to early, subtle signs of crucial trends that will shape our future. It allows readers to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take proactive strategies. Put your money where your mind is with Gerald Salenti's brilliant and indispensable Trends Journal. Go to trendsjournal.com or call 845-331-3500. That's 845-331-3500.
Known worldwide as the most consistently fascinating, informative, and unique program on radio, the Jeff Rense program can be yours to listen to anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to hear it. For pennies a day, our subscribers can download any of Jeff's thousands of programs featuring a treasury of newsmakers, researchers, eyewitnesses, and incredible subjects, all in MP3 commercial-free, crystal-clear 56-bit digital sound, and take these often unforgettable programs with them wherever they go. As a subscriber, you can also listen live at airtime, online, anywhere in the world, or browse through our archives of over 6,000 hours of legendary broadcasts. Subscribe now by taking the link at the top of Rense.com and enrich your mind with the most unique panorama of vital information and the best independent, honest journalism in radio. Look for the Subscribe Now link on Rense.com and give yourself the knowledge you need for these unprecedented times.
You've heard the ads on this radio station about Royal Velvet. You know you want and need the benefits that Royal Velvet offers, but you haven't gone to the website RoyalVelvetNow.com. You've procrastinated. You haven't started your journey towards dramatic improvements in that vim, vigor, and energy you've always wanted. Reward yourself. You deserve it. No, really. All you have to do is go to RoyalVelvetNow.com, click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner, and order a couple bottles of Royal Velvet, which is a month's supply, and you're on your way to experiencing the most life-changing product in the world. Oh, by the way, to experience just how powerful Royal Velvet is, do what thousands of our clients have done. Stop taking all your supplements and just take Royal Velvet. Do it for a month. You will feel better, look better, and be dramatically better. And besides being blown away by the results, you'll also be ecstatic over the huge amount of money you saved. There are 1,440 minutes in a day. It takes less than 5 minutes to place an order at RoyalVelvetNow.com. Go there now. Your life will never be the same.
Scientists in England have succeeded in stabilizing the time-honored substance in garlic that destroys harmful bacteria, viruses, molds, yeast, and fungus. This all-natural microbe killer is called Allicin C, and it's now available to you in 100% vegetarian capsules only on the New Earth page at Rense.com. This powerful broad-spectrum antimicrobial agent is harmless to friendly bacteria and has been concentrated to equal an astonishing 35 cloves of garlic in each.
Okay, we're back for hour 2 of the weekly Reverse Speech show, and you have me again for hour 2. No guests this week. Didn't have time to organise one, actually. Barely got... I think I'm recovering from jet lag. Long flight home, I tell you. I had to drive... first of all, we had to drive 2 hours from Christmas Valley to Redmond, and then a flight from Redmond to Portland, then a flight from Portland to San Francisco, then San Francisco to Auckland, then Auckland to Adelaide. Long, long flight. And it hit me a little bit harder than I was expecting it to. But I think I'm on the way back. I feel like I'm recovering. Anyway, if you want to call in and speak to me, 844-769-2944. 844-769-2944. We just looked at reversals on the moon landing in the first half of the show, which, in my mind, show conclusively that we did land on the moon. And if you don't want to believe the reversals, go and look at the pictures. They're on my website. Just go to reversespeech.com and search for moon, and it'll take you to the page where you can actually see pictures that NASA has taken of the moon landing sites, where you can see the scientific instruments and steps of the astronauts. And I believe China's planning on sending an unmanned mission to the Apollo 17 lunar site. I heard that a while back, a few months ago. I haven't heard anything else about that. So anyway, we're going to look at someone who was programmed and brainwashed to look at the difference in the reversals. Because if someone is programmed or brainwashed or under hallucinogenic drugs to have them believe something that's not true, it's going to show up in their reversals. And so let's look at Sirhan Sirhan, the assassin of Robert Kennedy, who always claims that he did it all by himself. There was no one else involved. Okay, so let's look at some of his reversals. We'll start off with the smoking gun to start off with. So here's the forwards.
There have been various conspiracy theories over the years, never gaining great weight. But can you convince me they're all not true?
No, I can't. But I will say this to you, that I was never part of any conspiracy.
Okay, I was never part of any conspiracy. Backwards he says, and you see this liar.
You see this liar.
You see this liar. You see this liar.
And then that's fairly obvious. And then we have this one here.
And I wish the hell that he could have made it. When I saw him in real life, it was a thrill to me.
And here he says, I am forced to do it. So he was forced to do it. How was he forced? Well, we've got quite a few reversals to give us a little hint. Okay, here's one hint.
Just the old Sirhan, and and resolve to live a new Sirhan, a new rebirth, and then they start out life with a new slate.
And here he says, in the therapy room.
In the therapy room.
In the therapy room. In the therapy room.
What happened in the therapy room? Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? And we have a reversal. Let me see if and here we have another one.
You know, we were, when you were at San Quentin, I was locked down all the time in a cell, in an adjustment center.
And he says they're screwing you.
They're screwing you.
They're screwing you. They're screwing you.
So he's being screwed, okay? He was in a therapy room. He was forced to do it. Now, he's always claimed that he was a lone assassin. No, here he is again. Listen to this one.
The newspaper stands were screaming out the headline, you know, for the racing result, for the racing entries for the following day.
And he says they seal with your phoning.
You seal with your phoning.
You seal with your phoning. You seal with your phoning.
Sorry, they seal when you're phoning.
You seal with your phoning.
You seal with your phoning. You seal with your phoning.
So what did they seal when he was phoning? Okay? What happened in the therapy room? Okay, let's look at some more reversals.
And I ended up at some storefront office announcing the...
And he says, no thoughts, must not.
No thoughts, must not.
No thoughts, must not.
So must not what? He must not do the killing, but no thoughts? Why not? And here we have another one.
That's really what led me to the ambassador, the big party that was going to be, you know, held down there. And
he says it's a sad man they condemn.
It's a sad man that condemn.
It's a sad man that condemn. It's a sad man that condemn.
Okay, all right. Here we have another one.
You said that RFK must die by
I agree with
June the 5th. And he did.
And he did.
And
here he says they did it. So who are they? Who are they? Who did they seal with your phoning? What did they seal? What happened in the therapy room? Okay? And here we have another one.
The idea that it was done with the full requirements of the law for a first-degree murder, I don't think that it was.
And he says, you took your fall.
You took your fall.
You took your fall. You took your fall.
So he was the fall guy, okay? And here we have another one. See, all of these reversals are all about other people involved in the assassination. They did it. They sealed with your phoning. Here we have another one.
That there was a history to it that dated back to 1947 or 1948, when the State of Israel was created forcibly on the Arabs.
And it says, someone knows a weapon.
Said, no, it's a lot.
Said, no, it's a lot. Said, no, it's a lot.
So someone knows a weapon. Okay. Well, interesting. Here's another one.
When I began to focus on it, erupted as soon after the 1967 war, where the Arabs had lost and the Israelis won.
And this one says, you lose in the soul, that's why that hell.
You lose in the soul, that's right, but her...
Wow.
You lose in the soul, that's right, but her... You lose in the soul, that's right, but her...
Okay, so he been affected down at the level of the soul. His thoughts are manipulated with. Something happened in the therapy room. They did it. He was forced. He took the fall. Someone knows a weapon. He lost in the soul. Okay? And then we have this one.
I really feel that it was immediately after, while I was going to trial, because at the time of the shooting, I was not really in full control of my senses.
Interesting statement forward. At the time of shooting, I was not in full control of my senses. Backwards, he said, then rush the boys who allowed it. Okay, he's completely oblivious forward. He has no idea that he's been brainwashed, but he has been. It's all through his reversals. If someone is brainwashed or under hallucinogenic drugs, forced to do things, it will come out in the reversals. You cannot hide it from the reversals. Here's another one.
As it was talking, and it was the keys were tapping, and I was reading messages on it. Obviously, I know now, and I knew immediately then that it was a teletype machine. But at the time that I was, looking at it, I didn't snap that it was a teletype machine.
This one says, "Got the mission I crack."
Got the mission I crack.
Got the mission I crack. Got the mission I crack.
He was given a mission and he cracked. He allowed it to happen. Okay. I just, it's just everywhere. It's all through the reversals. Let me see what else I've got here. All the hurt, I wrecked him. Here's an interesting one.
Egregious about, being humane and merciful and carrying out the law as impartially as towards me as you would carry it out towards other, formerly.
And he says, all the hurt, I wrecked him.
All the hurt, I wrecked him.
All the hurt, I wrecked him. All the hurt, I wrecked him.
Well, he did wreck him too. That's a straightforward statement. This is a guy who's in grief. He's messed up. He's sad. He's upset. Here's one here that talks about his sadness.
And to have him say that he was going to send 50 Phantom jets to Israel, to deliver nothing but death and destruction on my countrymen. That seemed as a story were a betrayal, sir.
And this one says, you're sad, mister.
Well, that means that.
Well, that means that. Well, that means that.
Yeah, so he's sad. Okay, all right. There was, where was the other one? Oh, yeah, look at this one.
That I had, extinguished, a great star, a world savior perhaps, a champion of all mankind. And it's hard for me to live with this experience.
And then he says, end that marked man.
End that marked man.
End that marked man. End that marked man.
Was that his command? Was Robert Kennedy marked, and he was told to end that marked man? Listen to this one.
I have experienced in life, especially this event, the assassination of Robert Kennedy and the trauma and the horror.
This one says, the whirlwind shared assassin.
Whirlwind shared assassin.
Whirlwind shared assassin. Whirlwind shared assassin.
Whirlwind, the energy field, the aura, the life force that surrounds the physical body and pervades the earth. He was influenced by the whirlwind, and the whirlwind shared the assassin. Now listen to this one. He actually names a name here.
And would have known what the 50 Phantom jets were designed for and what we're going to do.
And here he says, Michael fed the bloody filth. For fifth, not filth. Michael fed the bloody fifth. I don't know what he means by the bloody fifth, but anyway, Michael fed the bloody fifth. That doesn't sort of indicate anything, does it? I'm not playing all the verses on Sahan. I'm just scrolling down the list here and seeing what else we could. Okay, here's one here.
And you're there pretty near 24 hours a day. You have no ability to communicate with anyone meaningfully. No telephone, no.
And he says, do we killing?
Do we killing?
Do we killing? Do we killing?
Do we killing? And there's we, okay? But yet, here's another reversal where he refers to himself as the lone wolf.
Really living up.
And here we go.
The sense of betrayal that I felt from Robert Kennedy, that he was not really living up to the ideal that I had.
And here he says, the lone wolf.
You are wolf.
You are wolf. You are wolf.
Of course, he claims that he's a lone wolf, but then we got all these other reversals about we, us. I was forced to do it in the therapy room. It's just. Here's another one.
So it didn't seem that terrible a threat really to make, and it was more done out of frustration and venting steam rather than a deliberate one. How could I have really, carried out that threat if?
And this one says, "Damn with your new filth."
Yeah, with your new filth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with your new filth. Yeah, with your new filth.
Yep, damn with your new filth. Alright, what else have we got here? We got I'm forced to do it. The murder. Let me see. Oh, here's an interesting one. Let's play this one.
It allowed me to shed all the old Sirhan.
And he says, they shoot him.
They shoot him.
They shoot him. They shoot him.
So how can he call himself a lone wolf, yet say they shoot him? It's because you've got different reversals coming from different parts of the brain. On the surface level, he believes he was a lone wolf. But on deeper levels, the unconscious mind knows that he was programmed in the therapy room and given a command to kill Robert Kennedy. And the point I'm trying to make, I'm comparing this to the moon landing reversals, where they're just straightforward, first level, congruent reversals giving extra information about what happened. With Sirhan, obviously he was mind programmed. Reversals are all over the place. Just a totally different kettle of fish altogether. All right. Yeah, well, look, while we're on Sirhan, what else have we got on Sirhan? Here we have, trying to see what else I've got. Oh, I've got some reversals on Robert Kennedy here. Wonder what these say.
Mary audience just sent me a message that we've been here too long.
We want the family tested. Yeah. Hey. Hey, we want the family tested. Now here we have LBJ talking about the death of Robert Kennedy.
And this is a moment for all Americans to join hands and to walk united together through this dark night of common anguish.
And this reversal says, beyond God.
Beyond God.
Beyond God. Beyond God.
Beyond God. Gee, I don't know what's beyond God. But anyway, there it is. All right, here we have another one.
This is a time of tragedy and loss. Senator Robert Kennedy is dead.
And this one says, Mark is a sin.
Mark is a sin.
Mark is a sin. Mark is a sin.
Mark, was Robert Kennedy marked? Was there a mark on him? Was that the sin? I don't know. What's your viewpoint? Give me a call. We've still got time. 844-769-2944. That's 844-769-2944. Give me your opinion on all of this. Oh, now those of you who've been following my work for a while will know the significance of this reversal. Here's the forwards.
Robert Kennedy affirmed this country, affirmed the essential decency of its people.
And what's the name that keeps on coming up over and over again in the 60s in connection with all these doings? And that is Bush. And here we have Bush again. Russell says, see it, Bush.
See it, Bush.
See it, Bush. See it, Bush.
Why does Bush come up over and over and over again? I don't know. Here's LBJ talking to JFK. Not JFK, RFK.
Up in New York, the Senate for a vacancy. We have a Negro on the Customs Court. It's been vacant for some time. One of Truman's appointees, I believe, retired.
This one says, I must forgive them.
I must forgive them. I must forgive them. I must forgive them.
Whatever that means, I'm not too sure what that means. Look, here we have Bush again. Listen to this.
The 2 or 3 stories shoots his coverage and one or two others.
And this is Bush.
This is Bush.
This is Bush. This is Bush.
Comes up over and over and over again, all through all the events in the 60s. JFK assassination, just really strange. I don't know why he comes up all the time. That's just really quite bizarre. Here we have another one on, let's just play one more on Sirhan before we go to our break.
And having nothing to do that day, since the racetrack was closed, I decided to go to the firing range and shoot my gun.
This reversal says that Jew is so sad.
Look to it sincere.
Look to it sincere. Look to it sincere.
Don't know who the Jew is and why the Jew is so sad. But anyway, you can see the difference between reversals on Sirhan, who killed Robert Kennedy, who was brainwashed. It shows in his reversals, compared to the moon landings, where there's no evidence of brainwashing or hallucinogenic drugs. They're all straightforward reversals, the type of reversals you would expect to hear on someone who is telling the truth. There are no incongruent reversals because they're telling the truth. What can I say? Simple as that. Talk to you after the break.
What if we already know how to prevent and to reverse every known so-called disease? What if the government is in cahoots with the allopathic system to hide this information from you to keep you weak and enslaved to their system? What if living a higher quality of life than you ever thought possible was available to you now? Well, it's true. It's easier and more cost-effective than you think, and so life-changing that your only regret will not be having done it sooner. Because you already know what the answer is. Royal Velvet Pure. You've heard Jeff talk about it. You've heard the incredible testimonies that it has scores of benefits and it works for everyone. Now you may not know this. We have partnered with Jeff to empower you, giving you an opportunity we do not give anyone else. When you buy 2 Royal Velvet Pure, we give you another one free. Want to take that first step toward freedom and positive transformation? Go to royalvelvetnow.com. Click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner or call us toll-free, 1-877-488-7423.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Okay, we're back for the final segment of the weekly Reverse Speech Show. My name is David John Oates, and I'm back home in Adelaide. Phone number to call in on if you want to speak in the last half hour is 844-769-2944. That's 844-769-2944. And while I'm giving phone numbers out, we have 1 seat left in the April Reverse Speech Analyst Training class. So if you want that seat, you better call right after the show on 503-568-7077. That's 503-568-7077 if you want that last seat. It's been available for about a week, hasn't been taken yet, so if you want it, grab it and take it. Months to go before the next class. All right, we're going to go back into the archives a little bit for the last half hour of the show, and we're going to play reversals from November 2017. And here's Congressman Tim Kaine having a heated debate with Mattis on the authorization of military force.
Your first objection to the letter to the proposal is that, quote, the legislation would arbitrarily terminate the authorization 5 years after date of enactment. This is inconsistent with the conditions-based approach in the President's South Asia strategy.
This one says the plan of dead.
No, kind of dead.
Wow.
No, kind of dead.
Wow.
No, kind of dead.
Okay, all right. All right, here's Corey Feldman going after Hollywood pedophiles.
Ever since I even discussed the fact that I have this plan, my life has turned into utter chaos. You can probably tell by the sound of my voice.
And this one says they haven't had the sex.
I haven't got the sex?
Huh.
I haven't got the sex.
Well, that's interesting.
I haven't got the sex.
That's the opposite of what the claims are. That there's Hollywood pedophiles who've had sex all over the place. Let's run that again.
Ever since I even discussed the fact that I have this plan, my life has turned into utter chaos. You can probably tell by the sound of my voice.
And this one says they haven't had the sex.
I haven't got the sex.
I haven't got the sex. I haven't got the sex.
All right, here's Donna in Brazil claiming Hillary rigged the DNC.
But I want to channel another woman who I admire so much, and that's Michelle Obama, who said, when they go low, you go high.
And here she says, and a woman molest.
Wow.
All right, here we have another one.
But I want to channel another woman who I admire so much, and that's Michelle Obama, who said, when they go low, you go high.
This one says, Harvey, you'll log in.
Harvey, you'll log in.
Oh, that's funny.
Harvey, you'll log in. Harvey, you'll log in.
Obviously, he's in jail now, is he not? He got, yeah, I'm sure he got in jail for logging in. All right, here's the next one.
Cybersecurity experts on board. She reached out to a former number 3 at the FBI who is currently working with a group, an organization called CrowdStrike.
And I paid those a minimal post.
I paid those the minimal post.
I'll be bothered.
I paid those the minimal post. I paid those the minimal post.
Not too sure exactly what that would mean, but anyway, there you go. You make of it what you will. Here's the next one.
Yes, I cared about her campaign, but the last thing I want to know how she was doing. I want to know if she was okay.
And this one was, it was a wish.
Yeah, it was a wish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a wish. Yeah, it was a wish.
Hang on, let's play the forwards on that one again.
Yes, I cared about her campaign, but the last thing I want to know how she was doing. I want to know if she was okay.
And it was a wish.
Yeah, it was a wish.
Yeah, it was a wish. Yeah, it was a wish.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, here we have the next one.
So I suggest for those who are upset or not capable of stomaching my book, go write their own book. But I want to respond to that last clip that you...
And she says, I wish that book sell.
I wish that book sell.
Ha.
I wish that book sell. I wish that book sell.
She wants her book to sell. Can't blame her. All right, next one.
And perhaps what I did on Sunday when I told some of my detractors to go to hell.
And this one says, my sore shadow in a sorted.
My sore shadow in a sorted.
Ha.
My sore shadow in a sorted. My sore shadow in a sorted.
Oh, well, there you go. My sore shadow in a sorted. Okay. All right, next one.
And so by the time I saw the video, when the video went viral, you can imagine what was happening within the Democratic Party.
And this one says they waited and waited.
And they waited and waited.
Ha ha.
They waited and waited. They waited and waited.
Yep, certainly all there. All right, here's Hillary reflecting on why she lost the election.
So some of it is just that. Some of it, I will say, is media guilt.
And here she says, they're the Mossad.
They're the Mossad.
Huh.
They're the Mossad. They're the Mossad.
The Mossad, of course, the Jewish secret service. Did Does she think that they influenced the election so she would lose? I don't know. Here's the next one along.
Share this with the readers. Look, I practice not getting flustered, not getting thrown off.
And here she says, need a gun.
Need a gun.
Need a gun. Need a gun.
Well, she's got enough bodyguards, I would imagine. Next one.
But maybe I should have turned around and said, you're not going to intimidate me like you try to intimidate women. Back off, you creep. You know, maybe I should have said that. And it's a real lesson.
And this one says, their money if we fuck.
Their money if we talk.
Huh.
Their money if we talk. Their money if we talk.
Very strange reversal. I don't even know how to interpret that one. Here she is again.
It's really hard to get right in the sweet spot of being strong and effective without creating additional blowback. She was so angry. She was shrill. You know, those are the words meant to keep women in their place.
This one says, wanna shit?
Wanna shit.
Wanna shit. Wanna shit.
That's funny. She's a funny woman in reverse. She really is. Here she is again.
Fast forward, that ended, and we kind of thought, okay, fine, end of history, democracy won, you know that story.
This one says 70 now.
70 now.
Huh.
70 now. 70 now.
Yeah, I think she just turned 70. So there you go. That's a nice congruent reversal. Okay. And, oh yeah, well, here's Harvey Weinstein. We just played a reversal on Harvey. You log in. Here's Jane Fonda talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Apparently it was so common that everybody must have known.
And then the mark.
Then the mark.
Huh.
Then the mark. Then the mark.
Yeah, there it is. And then we have, so that's Jane Fonda. And here we have Kathy Griffin bashing Trump.
Americans are like skittish about calling him a Nazi, but he's a Nazi.
And this one says, now for the shit.
Now for the shit.
Huh.
Now for the shit.
Now for the shit.
That's what she's doing. She's just throwing shit around. Here's the forwards again.
Americans are like skittish about calling him a Nazi, but he's a Nazi.
And now for the shit.
Now for the shit. Now for the shit.
Unbelievable.
Now for the shit.
Unbelievable. Why do people just make up things like that? I mean, for what purpose? I mean, all you do is get negative reversals, and people are going to hear the negative reversals and not like what you're going to say. You know, if you want to bash Trump, bash him with truth. Don't bash him with lies. Of course he's not a Nazi. You could say he's a womanizer. Plenty of evidence about that, so bash him over that. But not being a Nazi. Jeez. All right, here's McCain asking Trump to stop tweeting.
If the president called you up and said, John, what should I be doing I'm not doing right now? What would you say to him?
Stop tweeting. I think I'd say stop tweeting. I think I would also say, look, there's no reason to attack Republicans.
This one says, you're wonderful.
You're wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
You're wonderful.
You're wonderful.
Yeah, there we go. You're wonderful. Well, that's a bit of a contradictory reversal. He's telling him to stop tweeting, but yet he says backwards, you're wonderful. So, here's McCain again.
Is as unpatriotic as an attachment to any other tired dogma of the past that Americans consigned to the ash heap of history.
And here he says, come, God bastard.
God bastard.
Huh.
God bastard. God bastard.
Yeah, well, a bit of a strange pronunciation on bastard or bastard, however you pronounce it. Here's McCain defending New World Order.
The strains on the European Union and Europeans are greater than they have been since any time since the end of the Cold War.
And this one says, and they may breathe not.
And you may breathe not. And you may breathe not. And you may breathe not.
Yeah, so there we go. And here we have another one.
So you know, because he warned you the next day.
Yeah.
You did hear that. He said, oh, you need to be careful.
Yeah, because he might not be nice.
He might not be nice.
Pretty, he said. It won't be pretty. He said he would fight back.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be pretty. Are you scared? Doesn't he look scared?
This one says, suck your babe.
Suck your babe.
Huh.
Suck your babe. Suck your babe.
Yeah, well, there you go. We talked about womanizing. Have a go at Trump for womanizing. There you go. There's a womanizing reversal. All right, here's another one.
I don't consider him so much a draft dodger as I feel that the system was so wrong that certain Americans could evade their responsibilities to serve the country.
And here he says, what's this, a belief?
What's this, a belief?
What's this, a belief? What's this, a belief?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not too sure what he's talking about there, but what's this, a belief? And here we have McCain again. Let's run this one forward.
And were drafted. And those who were wealthy enough to have a doctor to say, hey, you got a bone spur or you got migraines or whatever it is, then they were excused.
This reversal says, I had fun.
I had fun.
Huh.
I had fun. I had fun.
Where did he have fun? In the war? I'm not too sure. Here's McMaster's talking about the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. I wish him luck.
Korea's aggression is the North Korean regime itself.
And here he says, force it.
Force it. Force it. Force it.
So that's obviously the only way he can see the Korean Peninsula being denuclearized is to force it. And here's the next one.
What's important is for us to have the capabilities necessary and to have them in the right locations to deter conflict and then, if necessary, to be able to respond.
And this one says, heel fuck.
Heel fuck. Heel fuck. Heel fuck.
Is he talking about Kim Jong-un, or Un, whatever they call him, or is he talking about Trump? I don't know. Here we have another one.
Right now, we've said that the goal is denuclearization of the peninsula, period. And what you've seen is just the very beginning, maybe the end of the beginning of the president's strategy in the form of new sanctions in place now, much more work to do to isolate the regime diplomatically and economically.
This one says, who needs a war?
Who needs a war? Who needs a war? Who needs a war?
Well, that's what it would come to. If you wanted to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula, it's going to be wars. The only way you can get it done. I don't know any other way you could get it done. Here's Donald Trump on New York truck attack.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
And here he says, America, we don't forgive.
Now, there we begin.
Yeah, and here's the next one.
But it'll be tax cuts and reform. We've now had 2 straight quarters of 3% or more economic growth, GDP.
And this one says, fear Zeus behind you.
Fear Zeus behind you.
Fear Zeus behind you. Fear Zeus behind you.
Huh. Zeus, the king of the Norse gods, doesn't come up very often in reverse speech. Not totally sure what it means. It's greatness, power, majesty. Okay, so here's, so why would he fear Zeus behind you? Strange reversal. Here's another one.
And to protect our nation as a whole, we have to get much tougher. We have to get much smarter, and we have to get much less politically correct.
And this one says, heard I'm scum.
Heard I'm scum.
Huh.
Heard I'm scum. Heard I'm scum.
Yeah, there we go there. Heard I'm scum. I guess that's a bit of a low self-esteem, isn't it? All right, here's the next one.
And Court of Appeals judges will have, at this moment, will be up to fairly soon the approval of 145.
This one says, I hope that they sleep.
I hope that they sleep.
Huh.
I hope that they sleep. I hope that they sleep.
Yeah, well, there you go. I hope that they sleep. And here we have next one.
And we will host meetings with world leaders across the Indo-Pacific region.
This one says, it's over.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
And next one along.
Thank you very much. I think Janet Yellen is excellent.
And here he says, I will push America. Typical Trump, America's always in his reversals. Yeah, there it is, all there. And then we have this one here.
Federal judges district. And Court of Appeals, about 17 is at this moment. So we will have...
This one says, Mum said he's the best driver.
The mom said that he's the best driver. The mom said that he's the best driver. The mom said that he's the best driver.
Wow, I was talking about the New York truck attack. What, the guy's mum says he's the best driver? Hang on, let's run that again. Mum said he's the best driver.
The mom said that he's the best driver. The mom said that he's the best driver. The mom said that he's the best driver.
Yeah, well, it's all there. Yeah, no doubt about that. Huh. Okay, all right. So let's move along to the next one I've got here. Next, here we go.
Bring the money back, and they couldn't get it done because there was a lack of leadership. They couldn't get it done. They all agreed it should be done. They couldn't get it done.
And here he says, not that I nuke it.
Not that I nuke it. Not that I nuke it. Not that I nuke it.
Yeah, there it is. And then we've got this one here.
They should be looking at the Democrats. They should be looking at Podesta and all of that dishonesty. They should be looking at a lot of things. And a lot of people are disappointed in the Justice Department, including me.
This one says, and they believe their shit.
They believe their shit.
Ha!
They believe their shit. They believe their shit.
I guess so. And then we've got this one here. This is Tyree Gibson breaks down after losing his kid.
And if they doing this shit to me, if they taking my baby, or because she wakes up and decides on September 11th, this is what I feel like saying about Tyrese. Nobody wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations. Oh.
This one says, we shall keep your email from the dead kid.
We shall keep your email from the dead kid.
I'll be bothered.
We shall keep your email from the dead kid. We shall keep your email from the dead kid.
Well, that's very strange. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to even pretend to understand what that means. Oh, who has some on Trey Gowdy on the Russian dossier?
All the ties between the Trump campaign and Russia for which there is no evidence. And lo and behold, despite serious Democrat opposition, we have uncovered.
And here it says, fuck, no value.
Fuck, no value.
Huh.
Fuck no value. Fuck no value.
Here he is again.
So, of course, want all the facts to come out. They want all the facts of Russia to come out, except who financed the dossier.
This one says, I mock it.
I mock it.
Huh.
I mock it. I mock it.
Yeah, there it is. And then the next one along here is this one here. Here we go.
It was a Republican named Mitt Romney who said Russia was our greatest threat, and the Democrats laughed at him.
Now, this reversal says they mean to give up a result.
They mean to give up a result.
They mean to give up a result. They mean to give up a result.
There we go. Make of that what you will. All right. Don't forget, folks, training class starts April 21st, exactly 4 weeks from now. We have one seat left, and then you'll have to wait till November. There will be a price increase in November. We're just barely breaking even on training with the current prices we're charging now. A lot of work goes into training students. You've got tech support, which Jeff handles, and then we've got sorting out the homework and getting reports back to the students. That's another task. And admin and accounting. And it just goes on and on and on and on. All the costs involved in training students. So we're going to have to increase the prices. They're going up in November, but not for the April class. Call me on 503-568-7077. That's 503-568-7077. That's a US number, but it rings here on my desk in Australia. Just a local call for you, so nothing to worry about. And give me a call, a roll in this class. Session work, of course. You can always look into session work, change your life around. Same phone number, 503-568-7077. And start spreading the word of reverse speech. Download an app from the App Store. It's a free download. Just to search on the App Store for Reverse Speech and go and download the app and start playing around with it. See what you find. Maybe you find some really interesting reversals on yourself or those around you. Post them up on YouTube. Let everyone know. It's the way we're going to get reverse speech growing, is to get a groundswell movement of people out there using reverse speech and finding reversals and making those reversals available far and wide publicly. There's a host of radio shows out there who would love to have you on as a guest if you could find some good current topical reversals. It's one of the reasons why my radio shows I only play media reversals because it's the media reversals that the press wants. So they're the ones I play. I get into therapy stuff's a bit difficult to get into because you're talking about clientele, client confidence, and client issues, and I don't really like going there all that much. But we did some therapy 2 or 3 shows ago with Jeff when I was staying at his house at Christmas Valley, Oregon. So I don't know. Next show it will be a repeat. I'm leaving for camping with my family on Friday. So I'll be away on Saturday. I'll be actually out in the outback, so I'll be completely away from internet contact. So we'll have a repeat for the show next week, and then the show after that we'll be back with a live guest. So thanks for joining me, everyone. I enjoyed your company. I hope you enjoyed mine, and pass this show around to your friends. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Known worldwide as the most consistently fascinating, informative, and unique program on radio, the Jeff Rense program can be yours to listen to anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to hear it. For pennies a day, our subscribers can download any of Jeff's thousands of programs featuring a treasury of newsmakers, researchers,
Welcome to the Survive to Thrive Radio Network at www.survive2thrive.net. Times are getting tough for most of us, and being prepared has never been more important. All of our hosts strive to keep you well informed so that you can achieve optimum health in all areas of your life. If you feel that the shows and website are informative, please share this information with your friends and family. If you would like to see certain topics covered, please let us know. Join us on Facebook to help spread the word. You can find the link at the bottom right of the Survive to Thrive homepage. EnerHealth Botanicals is the sole sponsor for this network, providing you not only with important information, but also with highly effective products that produce real results, such as EnerFood, coconut milk powder, liver cleanse, Coco Mojo, Silymarin, NutriCafe, and introducing the new 40-day, 40-night organic preparedness pail. A preparedness supply unlike any other on the market today. Supporting EnerHealth supports both this network and your own health. Without good health, we go nowhere. Go to survivetothrive.net and click on the EnerHealth banner on the top right for automatic discounts, or call them at 866-762-9238. That's 866-762-9238. You can also go to their website at www.enerfood.com. That's ENERF like Frank, OOD like dog.com. Enerfood.com. A big thank you to all of our listeners already taking the products that EnerHealth offers. We truly appreciate it. We thank you for your support and encourage you to listen often to stay informed during these crucial times.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Hawk coming to you live. It's Friday night, 3/23/2018. Live show. And if I'm over here in John, chapter 14, it's because I think of the things that are getting ready to come upon this earth, the things that are getting ready to happen. And the fact is that you've already been granted and told by the Lord Jesus about what to do. Let